Welcome back to Bible Hour, boys and girls. I want to give a big shout out to London, Roman, Lincoln, Jack, and Kate for the help they gave us. Well, if you've been coming in with us to Bible Hour, you'll remember that we've been studying from the book of Exodus. And we've been studying Moses, remember the sign for that, and the Israelites, and how God has been taking care of them, how He took them out of Egypt, and you remember the story with the plagues and how God even fed them in the desert. Well, we're continuing with that tonight, still in the book of Exodus, and we still have Moses and the Israelites and God. Remember, when you hear those words, you're going to make those hand signs. We're going to add one to it tonight. Whenever you hear me say Mount Sinai, put your hands like you're making a mountain, just like that. So, Israelites, God, Moses, and here's the new one, Mount Sinai. All right. Well, 3 months after they had left Egypt, the Israelites came to the desert of Sinai. There, at the foot of Mount Sinai, they set up camp. Moses went up on the morning to meet with God. And God gave Moses a message for the Israelites. You saw what I, the Lord, did to the Egyptians, and how I carried you as an eagle carries her young on her wings, and brought you here. Then God made a covenant or an agreement with them. If you obey me and keep my covenant, you will be my people. All the earth is mine, but you will be my chosen people. So Moses went down and told the Israelite leaders of the people everything that God had commanded him. Then all the Israelites answered together, we will do everything that God has said. Well, Moses reported this to God. Then God said to Moses, I will come to you in a thick cloud, so that the Israelite people will hear me speaking with you and will believe you from now on. On the day after tomorrow, I will come down on Mount Sinai, where all the Israelite people can see me. So Moses came down and told the Israelites to get ready to worship God. Be ready by the day after tomorrow, he said. And when the trumpet sounds, we must go to Mount Sinai. On the morning of the third day, there was thunder and lightning, and a thick cloud of smoke covered Mount Sinai, and a trumpet blast was heard. All the Israelites trembled with fear, and Moses led them out of the camp to meet God. And they stood at the foot of Mount Sinai. All the Israelites trembled violently, and the trumpet sounds got louder and louder. Then God called Moses back up to Mount Sinai, and God was ready to give the Israelites the law of the covenant. So Moses was on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights, while God wrote on stone tablets 10 important commandments for his people. However, the Israelites grew restless. We don't know what has happened to Moses, they said to Aaron. Make us a god to lead us. And notice I didn't do the symbol for God just now because this was an idol and it wasn't a real God. So Aaron had them bring all their gold earrings to him. And Aaron melted the gold and molded a golden calf. The Israelites shouted, "This is our God who led us out of Egypt." They brought sacrifices and began eating and drinking and singing and dancing. Then God, the real God, said to Moses on Mount Sinai, "Hurry back to the camp. Your people, whom you led out of Egypt, have sinned and rejected me. They have made an idol and are worshiping it." God was so angry, he wanted to destroy all the Israelites. But Moses pleaded, "Don't destroy the people. Remember your promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So God changed his mind. Now Moses went down Mount Sinai with the 2 stone tablets containing the 10 commandments. And when he saw the golden calf and the Israelites dancing, he was so angry he threw down the tablets and broke them. Moses took the image the people had made and melted it. He ground it into fine powder, and then he mixed it with the water and made the Israelites drink it. Ooh, I'll bet that was gross. And when Moses asked Aaron why he had done such a terrible thing, Aaron blamed it on the Israelites. He also gave this very silly excuse. He said, I threw the ornaments into the fire and out popped this calf. God was very angry at the Israelites' sin. In fact, he was so angry at his command, the Levites, or the priests, went through the camp that day and killed about 3,000 of the Israelites who had sinned and disobeyed God. Then God told Moses to cut 2 more stone tablets and bring them up to the top of Mount Sinai. Once again, the 10 commandments were written on the stone tablets, but this time Moses had to write them. Again, after 40 days and 40 nights, Moses delivered the law of God to the Israelites. The first 4 commandments told the people how to respect and worship God and Him alone. And the last 6 commandments told the people of their duties to one another. Altogether, here are the commands. Worship only God. Do not make an idol. Do not take God's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day. Love and obey your parents. Remember, do not kill. Love only your husband or wife, and do not steal. Do not tell a lie. Don't want what others have. These are the rules God gave us. They're called the 10 Commandments. After Moses read the 10 Commandments, the Israelites promised to obey God. Make sure you come back next week to hear another story from God's Word.
Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Bible Hour. We're going to start by singing some songs. Let's start with the 10 plagues.
Then God sent plague number 1, turn the Nile into blood. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 2, hopping frogs all over you. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 3, swarms of gnats from head to knee. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 4, filthy flies, need we say more? All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 5, all the livestock up and died. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 6, boils and sores to make you sick. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 7, hail and lightning down from heaven. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 8, locusts came and they sure ate. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 9, total darkness all the time. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. They told Pharaoh, let them go. Then God sent plague number 10, Pharaoh's son died, so he gave in. All the people in Egypt were feeling pretty low. Finally, Pharaoh let them go. Worship only God, do not make an idol. Do not take God's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day. Love and obey your parents. Remember, do not kill. Love only your husband or wife and do not steal. Do not tell a lie, don't want what others have. These are the rules God gave us. They're called the 10 Commandments. Joshua 1:9, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go.
Good job. All right, let's get our chariots going.
Roll the gospel chariot along. Beep, beep. Roll the gospel chariot along. Beep, beep. Roll the gospel chariot along, and we won't tag along behind. If a brother's in the way, we will stop and pick him up. If a brother's in the way, we will stop and pick him up. If a brother's in the way, we will stop and pick him up, and we won't tag along behind. Roll the gospel chariot along. Roll the gospel chariot along. Beep, beep. Roll the gospel chariot along, and we won't tag along behind. If a sister's in the way, we will stop and pick her up. If a sister's in the way, we will stop and pick her up. If a sister's in the way, we will stop and pick her up, and we won't tag along behind. Roll the gospel chariot along, beep, beep. Roll the gospel chariot along, beep, beep. Roll the gospel chariot along, and we won't tag along behind. If a sinner's in the way, we will stop and pick him up. If a sinner's in the way, we will stop and pick him up. If a sinner's in the way, we will stop and pick him up, and we won't tag along behind. Roll the gospel chariot along, beep, beep. Roll the gospel chariot along, beep, beep. Roll the gospel chariot along, and we won't tag along behind. If the devil's in the way, we will roll right over him. If the devil's in the way, we will run right over him. If the devil's in the way, we will run right over him, and we won't tag along behind.
Good job.
The Bible, yes, that's the book for me. I stand upon the word of God, the Bible, the Bible. I'll take it home with me. I'll read and pray and then obey the Bible. Saw, 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 pound, pound, pound. Build your house for Jesus with glory all around. Pound, pound, pound. Build your house for Jesus with glory all around. Build your house for Jesus with glory all around. For Jesus with glory all around. With glory all around. Saw, 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 pound, pound, pound. Build your house for Jesus with glory all around.
After God led his people out of slavery in Egypt, Moses went up on a mountain to get God's rules for the people.
I wonder what's taking him so long.
Who knows? Maybe he got lost or died up there or something.
I'm sick of waiting.
Me too. Hey, Aaron.
Yes? Make us some gods to lead us. Make you some gods?
Yeah, we're tired of waiting around for Moses and his God.
And besides, we don't even know what happened to Moses.
We want new gods! We want new gods! Aaron was surprised by their request.
Holy cow. That sounds good to us.
We want a holy cow. We want a holy cow.
All right, look. Go to your families and gather all the golden earrings.
Then what?
Bring them back here to me. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, let's go.
So the people did as Aaron said. They went to their families and friends and gathered all the golden earrings and brought them back to Aaron.
Thanks. Now what? Well, I'm going to melt them down in this fire and shape them into a golden cow.
Holy cow!
Exactly. We're going to worship a metal cow? Sure, why not?
Okay, if you say so.
I do. Here you go. Here's the God who led us out of Egypt.
Hooray! Hooray!
3 cheers for the holy cow.
Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! When Aaron saw how excited they were, he thought of another idea.
Hey, tomorrow let's have a party and worship the Lord.
Hip, hip, hooray! Now Aaron was letting these people get completely out of control. Rather than leading them closer to the one true God, he was leading them further away from the Lord.
Let's get to bed early. We've got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go! So early the next morning, the people woke up.
Time to worship.
Hip, hip, hooray! They burned sacrifices and brought offerings to the golden cow.
Holy cow, holy cow, we all love our holy cow. Holy cow, holy cow, we all love our holy cow.
They ate too much, drank too much, and turned away from God.
Holy cow, we all love our holy cow.
Meanwhile, Moses was up on the mountain talking to God.
Quick, Moses.
What, God?
Go down the mountain. Your people have done something terrible.
Oh no, what is it?
They've turned away from me and made a golden cow.
Did you say a golden cow?
Yes, a golden cow. And they're worshiping it and saying that's who led them out of Egypt.
Holy cow!
Something like that, yes. But it's not holy. I am.
Right, Lord.
These people are very bad, Moses.
I know.
I think maybe I ought to just wipe them out.
But if you do that, the other countries will say you tricked us into coming out here just to kill us. They won't learn to love you. They'll all hate you.
Good point.
And besides, you promised us this land and lots of blessings. Please keep your promises to us, God. Please.
Okay, I won't wipe them out. I promise. But go down and have a talk with them now.
So Moses went down the mountain. He was carrying God's rules on 2 slabs of stone. And as Moses came near the Israelites, he heard the noise of their wild idol worship.
Holy cow, we all love our holy cow. Hip, hip,
Hooray!
hip, hip,
Hooray!
hip, hip,
Hooray!
yabba dabba doo.
Yikes! This is worse than I thought.
The people were chanting and praying to the cow. Some were drunk. Others were dancing out of control.
Wow, they've gone up the deep end for sure.
Moses was so angry to see them acting that way that he took the 2 stone tablets with God's rules on them and smashed them to the ground.
Uh-oh, I don't think Moses is too happy.
Give me that golden cow.
What are you gonna do?
I'm melting it down.
But that's our holy cow.
Hip hip hooray!
Not anymore.
He melted it down, ground it up into dust, and put it in the water.
Here, have a drink of your God.
Yuck.
That'll teach you.
Holy cow, we just drank our holy cow. Then Moses went to talk to Aaron.
What happened here?
Don't get mad at me, Moses. They're a wicked people.
No kidding.
They told me to do it.
Uh-huh.
Then I had them bring me their earrings.
Mm-hmm.
And I threw them into the fire.
Right.
And out came a golden cow.
So you threw the earrings into the fire and out popped this golden cow.
Yup.
That's what happened?
Yup.
That's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Oh.
What do you think I am, an idiot?
Well, I was hoping.
Then Moses just shook his head and asked everyone who was on the Lord's side to step forward. We're on God's side, Moses. The descendants of Levi stepped forward.
Okay, here's the deal. This is God's plan. Punish the people. Kill those who turned from God.
And that day, 3,000 people died.
Arg!
The next day, Moses returned to talk to God.
I don't know what to tell you, God. They're very wicked. Please forgive us. These people don't want me as their God, Moses. They don't want me as their leader, and so I've made a decision. Oh no. What's that, Lord? I'm gonna give them what they want. I'm gonna let them go on without me. I'm leaving them. Oh no, God. Please, don't do that. If you won't go with us, don't send us on. We need you. We really do. I'm so mad, I don't even know what I'd do if I were with them anymore.
But Moses was God's friend, and he begged God again and again to stay, and at last God agreed.
You're my friend, Moses, and because of you, I will not destroy these people.
Then God's power and glory filled the tent where Moses went to meet with God, and the people were amazed at the power of God. Holy God, holy God, we all love our holy God. Holy God, holy God, we all love our holy God.
The end.
Boy, it feels like we've been walking forever. Well, maybe not forever, but it has been 3 months since we left Egypt. Well, it looks like we're going to set up camp here in the desert in front of Mount Sinai. Good. I'm tired and so are all the children. See, they're already sitting down. Why don't we join them?
Aaron, you stay here with the people. I'm going up on the mountain to talk to God.
All right, Moses. Bring word to us of what God says.
Moses, Moses. I am here, Lord. Say this to the family of Jacob, and tell this to the people of Israel. Every time one of you has seen what I did to the people of Egypt, you saw how I carried you out of Egypt. I did it as an eagle carries her young on her wings, and I brought you here to me. So now obey me and keep my agreement. Do this, and you will be my own possession, chosen from all nations. Even though the whole earth is mine, you will be my kingdom of priests. You will be a nation that belongs to me alone. You must tell the Israelite these words. I will go to them now, Lord.
Look, it's Moses coming down from the mountain. Let's all stand so that we can hear what he says.
All the older leaders of Israel, listen to what the Lord has said. Every one of you has seen what I did to the people of Egypt. You saw how I carried you out of Egypt. I did it as an eagle carries her young on her wings, and I brought you here to me. So now obey me and keep my agreement. Do this, and you will be my own possession, chosen from all nations. Even though the whole earth is mine, You will be my kingdom of priests. You will be a nation that belongs to me alone.
We will do everything he has said.
I will come to you in a thick cloud. I will speak to you. The people will hear me talking to you, and I will do this so the people will always trust you. Holy God, your people have said that they will do everything that you ask. Go to the people and have them spend today and tomorrow preparing themselves. They must wash their clothes and be ready by the day after tomorrow. On that day, I, the Lord, will come down on Mount Sinai. All the people will see me, but you must set a limit around the mountain. The people are not to cross it. Tell the people not to go up on the mountain. Tell them not to touch the foot of it. Anyone who touches the mountain must be put to death. The Lord wants us to get ready for him to come to the mountain. We must prepare ourselves for service to God.
What do we do, Moses?
We will need to wash our clothes. Everyone needs to be ready in 3 days.
Wow, it's been 3 days. I wonder how we'll know when the Lord is ready. I guess there's your answer for how we'll know when God's ready.
Remember, children of Israel, do not touch the mountain, or you will die. It is holy because the Lord is there. Moses, bring Aaron with you, but do not allow the priests or the people to force their way through. They must not come up to the Lord. If they do, I will punish them. Aaron, come with me. Go up to the mountain.
I am right with you, brother.
Come up the mountain to me. Wait there, and I will give you 2 stone tablets. On these are the teachings and commandments. I have written these to teach the people. Aaron, you stay here with the people, and if they have any questions, they can come to you. I will take Joshua with me and go up on the mountain, just as God has asked me to do. Children of Israel, the Lord has given me these commandments to teach you. Worship only God. Do not make an idol. Do not use God's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day. Obey your father and your mother. Do not kill. Love only your husband or your wife. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not want what others have.
Hi, boys and girls. Remember me? My name's Posey. Our lesson today was about God giving the Israelites rules to follow in the 10 Commandments. They were to obey his rules and he would always take care of them. I bet some of you can think of a rule you have to follow. Actually, you are all so smart that you can probably think of many rules you have to follow. So let's ask our friends. Can you tell me a rule that you have to follow?
A rule that I have to follow is no throwing stuff in the house. At my school, when my teacher says no talking, I don't talk, and that's a rule at my school. A rule I have to follow is sharing my toys.
Wowie zowie! Those were terrific answers. Thanks so much for sharing. I sure enjoyed seeing some friendly faces and hope you did too. See you next time.
Now, wasn't that a great puppet show? Now it's time to see how much we learned today. I'm going to ask Akemi and Penny here some review questions. You try to answer the questions with them at home. Hopefully your mom or dad is there to hear your answer. Where did the Israelites end up after leaving Egypt?
The desert of Sinai.
That's right. And where did God choose to meet with Moses to give him instructions for the Israelites?
Up the mountain, more specifically, Mount Sinai.
That's right. What was the covenant God made with Moses and the Israelites?
That if the Israelites obeyed him, they would be God's people.
That's right, Akemi. Now, when Moses relayed God's message to the Israelites, what did they say?
They said they'd do everything that God said to do.
Exactly, Penny. But unfortunately, the Israelites struggled to keep this agreement. How did God decide to come to Moses so the Israelites would hear him speaking with Moses?
He came in a thick cloud.
You're right, Akemi. And when God came down to speak with Moses, what did the Israelites see and hear?
Thunder, lightning, a thick smoke covering the mountain. Oh, and a trumpet blast.
That's right. And how did the Israelites react to what they heard and saw?
They trembled with fear as the trumpet sounds got louder. They got more scared.
Yep. That would be pretty scary, wouldn't it? When Moses received the laws from God on the mountain, how long did it take?
40 days and 40 nights.
That is a long time. How did God give Moses the 10 Commandments?
God wrote them himself on stone tablets for his people.
Yes, Akemi. Now, while Moses was away, the Israelites grew restless and thought Moses would not come back. So what did the people ask Aaron to do?
To make a god to lead them.
Yes, Penny, they sure did. And what did Aaron do?
Told them to bring all their gold earrings, and he melted them into a golden calf.
That's right, Akemi. I bet God was disappointed in Aaron. What did the Israelites do when they saw the golden calf?
They said this was the God that led them out of Egypt, and they brought sacrifices to it.
Of course, God knew what they were doing and was very angry. What did God want to do to the Israelites?
He wanted to destroy them for sinning and rejecting him.
But Moses pleaded with God on behalf of the Israelites. What did God do?
God changed his mind.
Yep. And what happened when Moses went down the mountain and saw the golden calf and the Israelites dancing?
Moses was so angry, he threw down the tablets and broke them.
Yes, Akemi. Moses was very angry. What did he do to the golden calf?
He melted it and ground it into a fine powder. Then he mixed it with water and made the Israelites drink it. Yuck!
I'm sure it tasted horrible, Penny. When Moses asked Aaron why he did such a terrible thing, what did Aaron say?
He blamed it on the Israelites and tried to make it sound like he threw the ornaments into the fire and they just happened to form a calf.
That was a pretty sorry excuse, wasn't it? So what did God command the Levites to do because of the Israelites' sin?
They went through the camp that day and killed about 3,000 that had disobeyed God.
And what did God tell Moses to do then?
Cut 2 more stone tablets and bring them to the top of Mount Sinai. But Moses had to write the laws on the tablets this time.
And how long was Moses with God before he delivered God's laws to the Israelites?
40 days and 40 nights.
Well, good job, Akemi and Penny. The Israelites made God very angry this week by disobeying him. However, God was still willing to keep his covenant with them if they would obey his commands. So how did you do at home? I'll bet all of you did great, too. Thanks so much for tuning in with us today to learn another lesson from God's Word. Make sure you come back next week to hear about the Israelite priests.